Well, welcome to this next tutorial on using nowRail, and today we're going to be connecting to DCC-EX. Now, for those of you who don't know what DCC-EX is, let's just take a look at their webpage. So DCC-EX started off sort of as DCC++ some years ago. It's a project that some guys have been working on, and it basically gives you a full DCC command station. Now obviously we're used to names like Digitrax and all these other sort of big names. I've got an NCE system, but the DCC-EX system allows you to use some very basic components to build a full DCC system. And to give you an idea, let's look at the one I've got on the desktop now. So in the last few videos I've done, the breadboards have absolutely been jam-packed with wires. As you can see, this is about as basic as it gets. So DCC-EX at its most basic, it can use an Uno. I'll be honest, if you're new to DCC-EX, get yourself a Mega, because you're going to need it, because they constantly add features and it's not going to fit on an Uno anymore. And on top of that Mega, it's got a motor shield. Now this is one of the most basic models. It only provides a 1.5 amp output. The one on my layout is a 5 amp output. There's various motor shields that you can connect to, and on their website there's a full link. And this is the connection from the nowRail system to DCC-EX, and as you can see, it's 2 wires. It's literally one from the TX2 pin to the Arduino RX pin, and the other connection is a ground. That is literally all there is to it. So DCC-EX already has the ability to load various web throttles. They connect via a Wi-Fi shield. There are some hardware versions as well. None of them actually met the needs of what I wanted. I wanted a traditional sort of rotary encoder to control my Loco speed. And also I wanted my control panel for my points. I didn't want it on a computer or anything like that. I wanted an old school design, so I've built my own, and they send all the values to DCC-EX, which is great because, as you can see, it only needs the 2 connections. So let's show you how it's done. So going to the Digital Town site, to the nowRail page, just scroll down until you see the DCC-EX connection, click on that, and you get the circuit diagram. Now obviously the circuit, as you've seen, is next to nothing. Now you might wonder why I haven't got a connection from the TX to the RX, because DCC-EX can give you some feedback for various things. The issue is that the ESP32 is a 3.3 volt unit, and the Arduino is a 5 volt unit. Now the Arduino is quite happy to have a 3.3 volt signal coming into it. However, the ESP32 is not going to be very happy about receiving 5 volts. So if I wanted to implement the return, I'd have to put some sort of level shifters in there just to make sure I didn't blow up my ESP32. There is some details on the circuit on the left, and now there is also some details above on how to connect the system, but I'm going to show you on the in the IDE how I set it up. So here we have a copy of nowRail. This is version 0.3, and all I've done is saved it to the name DCC-EX, just so that I know which sketch it is. Now you'll notice on the bottom there are some commands already going on. This is because I've got another sketch over here that is using the now time events built into the nowRail system, and this is sending out various commands at so many seconds past the minute. just so that I don't have to keep sitting here pressing buttons. So that's what's going on with these commands that you see at the bottom. So let's turn this into a DCC-EX connection. Now all we need to do is put our cursor just under that nowRail and just scroll down and down and down and down and down, and you can basically get rid of everything right down as far as the setup. We can then go into the main loop. We can get in the main loop we can get rid of that line. In fact, we can get rid of the rest of it. Okay, that's all the stuff removed. Now the bits that we need to enable. The first thing we need to be able to enable is serial 2. And basically uncomment this line. This is going to use pin 16 for the RX2 and pin 17 for TX2. That's everything on that screen. Now we just go to the user setup, and this is where it gets so easy. Uncomment DCC-EX serial 2 on, so that has now turned the DCC-EX system on. And then you can also uncomment this next line if you want. This line just gives the commands in the serial monitor so you can see what's going on. So let's just do that and we'll compile the code. He says, hoping it's going to be quick. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Okay, so we're back at the serial monitor, and suddenly you're starting to see these commands, and these commands are the commands that basically tell DCC-EX to do what it is told. Let's just stop the movement. So we can see here we've got a command to accessory number 1005. The instruction is 0, so it passes over the code to send over that accessory. We've then got, if we can find, 1005 instruction 1, you can see that it has sent the 1 instruction instead of the 0. That is it. That is now fully configured, and if I had a normal DCC accessory decoder of number 1005, it would start moving. So would 1006. It will respond to this completely. Now the system here is just running accessories at the moment. However, in the main specification for nowRail, if I just whiz to the top and go to, where are we, Loco and accessory functions. So nowRail also has the ability to send Loco function commands and Loco speed commands. Very, very simple to do. I've sort of put the examples in here, and I'll do a later tutorial on how to actually build your own Loco controller. But that realistically is how you connect nowRail to DCC-EX. It's as simple as that, and hope that's been useful to you. I'll get the next sort of tutorials on nowRail sorted, and then I'm going to start building some full control panels for you to see. So thanks for listening, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.